this video we're looking at the Dodge Charger. This is a fully resin model and it's made by GT Spirit and is 1/18 scale. The reason I bought this car is because my brother has a Dodge Charger 392. This is my first fully resin model from GT Spirit. I bought it from Yoma Diecast store in Surrey, BC in Canada. In my first experience, it was interesting because the box is completely covered. You cannot see the vehicle. So when I did purchase it, I actually asked if I could see it and make sure it was okay from leaving the store. And so it was opening the shipping package as well as the box. It was a little extra time, but it was well worth it because the first one I was purchasing, I was hoping to buy an orange one, but it turned out to be red. Somehow I missed that in the label, and so I was glad that I could switch it for this one, which is in the green with the matte black hood. And the basic challenge of this model was to, when I unpacked it, it just seemed like it wasn't fully finished in terms of cleaning up. So what I found interesting was, first of all, that the wheels did not turn. Later I realized that they actually hot glue them in so they don't turn, which was really annoying to me. Second of all, the tires were actually quite dirty. They had this kind of white film on them. Maybe it was residue from the manufacturing process. It was quite shocking to kind of open my first GT Spirit vehicle and kind of find I had to do a lot of polishing and getting the powdery plastic off it. So be aware that if you do buy GT Spirit, I found that a lot of others online have been saying that, yeah, the wheels do not turn when they come out of package. So what I had to do was look up a tutorial on YouTube to know how to remove the bottom panel, and using basically the screwdriver to pry it open after taking out the screws, and then gently pulling the hot glue apart as it's quite messy inside. So for each wheel I had to scrape and use a knife to get the glue off, and then the axles rotated perfectly after that. And it took a few tries and attempts to do it, but I did get everything back in place and the screws back in place, and now the wheels do move. Another thing that's I'm not really happy about on this vehicle is actually the windows. They look pretty good in this video here, but they're quite flimsy and very hard to clean because they're so flimsy. So I just find that they're a lot more plasticky and not as durable as other die-cast, even of a very cheap nature. And so when you're considering buying this, be aware of these challenges. Other than that, the vehicle looks amazing. Of course, it's resin, so nothing opens on the vehicle, and that's another thing I'm not so stoked about with resin vehicles. But the lines are really nice. It's a beautiful looking piece of work, and now that the tires work, the overall aesthetic look of it is definitely amazing. And I would recommend, if you do get this vehicle, that you wait for it to go on sale. I got this one for about $135 Canadian, and so the normal price is over $200, and I don't know if I would have been happy if I paid that much for it. So hope you have happy cruising.